On today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you about cedar wood, the different characteristics of it, and what makes it a really great wood to build raised garden beds from. Hi everyone, I'm Bryan from GardenMinutes.com, and this is episode 13 of Easy Growing. So, to get things started with the different characteristics, the first thing you'll notice is that cedar wood comes in a variety of colors. This is because of the different levels of tannins within the boards themselves. So you can have everything from a white to kind of a pinkish to a tan, all the way down to a kind of like a mocha brown color. And this is all the exact same type of wood, just different levels of tannin from tree to tree that gives it this really unique characteristic to make your garden bed from that you might not see with other types of wood. Something else you'll notice is that cedar has knots, just like most other kinds of boards. It adds a variety of characteristic to it, along with the different colors you'll see. And you'll see small knots, large knots, and basically a variety of them across all the different boards you have. Doesn't affect the integrity of the wood, just kind of gives it more character. The last piece that you'll notice with cedar is that it's prone to something called checking, where more or less the grain of the wood, as it dries out, separates slightly on the surface level. So it adds this fine line down the grain of the wood. And now it might look like it's a split, but it's much different. It's not something that's going to affect the integrity of the wood or the quality of the wood. And actually what I'll do is I'll zoom in right now, that way you can take a look at it and see what it looks like, and kind of give you a closer look of the different characteristics I was just talking about, from the colors to the knots, and of course the checking. So here we go. Alright, so here we are. These are the different boards I was just showing you. You can see the wide range of colors you can see across the spectrum for cedar. It's really incredible, some of the different varieties you can get. Something that of course you'll see are knots on the board, just like this. Nothing wrong with them, they just give you some pretty unique characteristic to it as you build out your garden bed. Then something else that you'll notice is something called checking, which is this. I'll try to focus in for you right there. So it's basically just a very surface level minor split of the grain from the board drying out. Totally normal, and again, another area of characteristic to add. Alright, so those are the typical characteristics of cedar. You have a wide range of colors, you're going to have some knots, you're going to have a little bit of light checking, but all in all it gives you this incredible characteristic of the wood for your raised garden bed that you might not get with a vinyl or a composite or some other types of wood. Now what we'll do is we'll get into the functionality of cedar. Why is it a good wood for a garden bed to begin with? To get started with that, it's a lot more rot resistant over time. It doesn't absorb water as quickly and rot away as quickly as other softwoods like a pine. It's also naturally insect resistant because of extractives that are in the wood. It's just not something that pests like to eat. Fortunately, it's, I guess, a natural defense over time that's developed, which is fantastic for us, and allows you to build your garden bed and not worry about termites as much as you would with something like a pine or a softer wood. The last bit for cedar is that it has incredible linear strength, meaning that the board itself, you would have to apply a lot more pressure to this in order to bend it or break it. And because of that, you won't see the wood bowing when you fill your garden bed all the way with soil. We use 1 3/4 boards. If you use a 3/4 inch board, the cedar is still a fantastic wood to use, but it will bow just because you have something that's, about half the thickness. It just doesn't have the same total strength. But overall, cedar is just a fantastic wood to grow a garden with. It's going to last longer than a softer wood, and it gives you some really unique characteristics to look forward to. All right, that's it for episode 13. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave your comments, questions below. I'll see you next time.